I'll start part 2 of this series with a positive note. Although I'll be giving reasons why personal testimony as a form of evangelism can be problematic, I'll begin by being constructive and explaining when I do think personal testimony can be used. Ideally, I would restrict its use to times when a person asks us, "What has Christianity done for you?" or "How has it changed you?" Or it can be useful when someone's own life is in disarray and they need a change. But even at such times, I think we should present personal testimony within the framework of being a change in worldview and outlook as a result of the factual rising of Jesus from the dead. I'm not saying you need to give a drug addict all the standard arguments for the empty tomb. Just make it clear that the historic resurrection is what's behind your worldview change, and indicate that this is a claim that will have to be considered, because it is what makes the worldview valid. It is a fact that Christian belief can and has changed lives. That's because inevitably, giving someone a hope and purpose for living will give them new direction and a new purpose. With that will come something that can be made into what we call a personal testimony. But this doesn't really give personal testimony a leg up as a tool for evangelism, because what people are converting to in these situations is often more like an emotional experience or a guarantee of a changed life, rather than a contractual or covenantal commitment to Christ as Lord. Without the historical foundation of the resurrection, personal testimony inevitably encounters certain difficulties, which may not be immediately apparent each time you evangelize. No doubt many of you have had this sort of thing thrown at you. So-and-so claims to be a Christian, yet so-and-so does this or that bad thing. And so, how can I believe in a religion where people who believe in it do that? Now, even on the surface, this is a non sequitur. It's obvious that Jim Bakker ripping off millions of people, or your Aunt Fanny the Christian kicking your cat, has no bearing on whether Jesus rose from the dead in first century Palestine. It may tell us how sincerely such Christians believe in and adhere to their system, or apply it to their lives, but it has zero effect on determining the factual basis for that belief. At the same time, I don't think people who use this argument are really interested in counting the noses and finding more good than bad. They're just looking for an immediate reason to put an end to your evangelism. And yet, we can't entirely blame people who raise such objections, because their argument has been enabled by the use of personal testimony as an evangelistic tool. When Jesus changed my life becomes one's argument for someone to convert. Well, obviously he didn't change so-and-so very well becomes a legitimate counter,